Well, I became aware of my need for Christ when I was a small child. I was born in the Methodist Church. I grew up with Christ all around me. I was baptized as an infant, and throughout my life, I was like in the church, and I was in a group called Awana, and there I learned about the gospel and learned verses, memorized the verses, and every so often, the all the leaders would get together and tell us about this clubber who got saved, and it was always a really big deal, but I never really understood what it meant. And so one day I went back from club and asked my parents what it meant to be saved, and they sat me and my sister down and talked to us explained to us that everyone was a sinner, and that in order to be saved we had to tell God that we realize we're a sinner, confess our sins, and tell God that we basically want Him to be in control of our lives. And so then in my sister's room, I just sat there and I prayed to God and told Him that I was a sinner and I was sorry and I wanted Him to be in charge. Well, I don't really remember much about my life before being a Christian, mainly because I was around God all the time, but I found as I've grown older that I rely on God a lot more for when I feel stressed more than I can handle, or when I feel real upset about stuff. And it became real apparent on the LA trip not too long ago that I really didn't feel like I was part of the group, and I felt really upset about that. And during the worship service, I basically just sat down and talked to God one-on-one, and there He basically told me that I came here for myself and that I need to live for Him. Well, like I said, I was baptized as an infant, and in that I just feel like that's the parents telling people that they're willing to raise the kid in Christian life. But now I'm older and I've accepted Christ, and I realize what that decision has meant and what it entails. And now I'm fully prepared to give my life to God, and I feel like that's just the first step in confirming my new life with God. It does seem like life gets hard sometimes and it feels like you don't fit in, but God's always there for you, and He knows what you're going through and He's willing to help, so just lean on Him.